Welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical from a Frontier. Thank you as always for stopping by. I'm always grateful. Let's move on to the currency markets. Euro dollar still below 112, 111.88. Dollar index 97.693. Japanese yen, which has been very firm, 109.80. Swiss franc 101.77. The pound, where's the pound? 129.84. Do you remember all those buyers at 130, that huge surge on Friday? We're back below. The Australian dollar, which I've been a terrible bear, and it's caught me out because I've been way too bearish, 0.6973, and it's bounced particularly earlier this week. India rupee 69.975, South Korean won 11.8325, Brazilian real 392.77, Egyptian pound 17.18, and the South African rand 14.348. Dollar index, my target remains 100. I know we're doing a lot of work on this way up, but that's how it is. Euro dollar 111.86.87. I still think we're going to fall away. Keep a close eye on dollar yen. That's from Pinecone Macro, currently at 109.79. Uber's long road to an IPO is ending at a less than ideal moment. And actually, I think because I'm bullish about Uber, it's giving you a good opportunity to get in at a reasonable price. It's due to price shares and its long-awaited initial IPO after the market closes on Thursday. Last raised money from Toyota Motor Corp in August at a valuation around $76 billion. Could see the company debut with a market value just above that at around $79 billion. I was expecting close to 100, but obviously, the market has turned. That's a bargain in my view. They're looking at the market as well as what's happened to Lyft, but this is winner takes all. It's Darwinian. Lyft is irrelevant. They're not going to be there. Shares of Uber's biggest competitor tumbled to a record low on Wednesday after it disclosed a steep loss in its first quarterly earnings report as a public company. It's closed 26% below the IPO price of 72. Frankly, it should be lower because it's going to get creamed. However, because Lyft is focused on the domestic ride-sharing market, I've said the company is a one-trick pony compared to Uber, a three-headed value monster. On the roadshow, Uber touted its plans to expand in logistics and other transportation businesses, including scooters, autonomous driving, mass transit. A person familiar with the matter has said. The company aims to become a one-stop shop for customers who would only need to use one platform for multiple services. Uber's been working with Morgan Stanley. Its shares are set to trade on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker Uber. Over multiple funding rounds, its valuation soared from $60 million to $3.7 billion to $42.8 billion in 2016 to $62.5 billion when Saudi Arabia's public investment fund wrote the company a $3.5 billion check sent in a single wire transfer. I wrote about Uber in that article on the 15th of April called The Platform Economy. Have a read, and I called Uber seriously ubiquitous. And I said I recall how it arrived in Nairobi and made its Gladwellian level move. The tipping point is that magic moment when an idea, trend, or social behavior crosses a threshold, tips and spreads like wildfire. In that same article, I was talking about the new high-tech millennial crypto avocado economy exhibiting viral wildfire and exponential and even non-linear characteristics, not unlike Ebola. Uber says it has 91 million MAPCs, more than double the number in 2016, so now you know when you call your Uber, you're in fact one of the 91 million MAPCs. In a brilliantly counterintuitive move, Uber even said they might never make a profit, ever. The punchline is that this is the largest growth tech company that's going to be going to the public markets. That's David Erickson, a finance professor at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School. I feel investors will look through the accumulated losses and focus on the ubiquity of the Uber platform, and that therefore these shares will pop meaningfully and that was at a higher valuation. So I think they'll pop even more. So this is a conviction buy recommendation. Gold, let's have a look at that, 1284.74. Trying to base out here, I think, a little. Crude oil, that sold off bigly in the early morning hours, but it's come back. It's currently in New York at $62.11. Emerging markets, 14th of May 2018, timing is always impossible. I said this is all the ingredients for baking a good old-fashioned crisis. 15th of October 2018, I was concerned about the tariff war, and I said I'm keen to buy the China emerging market negative feedback contagion loop. And that is evidenced by this tweet from J.S. Blockland, emerging market stocks, really not liking the latest trade deal spat. The emerging market futures down more than 5% in the last 4 trading days. This is the Turkish lira, which is at the bleeding edge of what I'm talking about. Look at it, since September 2008. Margaret Thatcher famously said you cannot buck the markets. Erdogan refuses to take that advice. He is a Shakespearean figure. He has slayed enemies real and not real. His chest has been puffed up with pride. He even rescued the Emir of Qatar, but now he has met his match, that match being the markets. And to wit, look at this Turkey's 5-year default probability, now at 28%.